Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear friends, we are learning Majjhima Nikaya Sutras. Last week, we learned Dhammadayada Sutta, the hair of Dhamma, not to be the hair of material things. So, and we'll understand that we should participate or we should utilize the monastery is not for our uh, worldly thing to gain or respect or so, but we should associate the monastery to learn the Dhamma from it, you know. So that is the Dhammadaya, the Sutta. Today we're going to learn the fourth Sutta from the Majjhima Nikaya called Bhayabheravasutta. Bhayabherava means the fear, you know. So it is about the Supreme. The Sutta is entirely explained about how before he became the enlightened one, he had the fear in his mind also, the Buddha. So the Bodhisattva, the being who want to attain the enlightenment. But how he get rid of that fear and practice the Dhamma path up to enlightenment, it is mentioned in this sutta. So we also can learn the couple of things to utilize those things in our day-to-day life, or we can learn so that our confidence can be built, you know, in whatever manner that we call the Buddha is the, greatest of all the merits and everything is there. But in at core, he was a human being. So the problems what we face today, that he also had those things, and he deal with them with the Dhamma. So as he can do the path, he can walk on the path, we also can practice Dhamma in the same way. So this is called a Bhayabheravasutta. Let's learn the sutta. Evang me sutang ekang samayang bhagava savatyang viharati jetavane anatha pindikassa arame. Thus I have heard, on one occasion the Blessed One was dwelling at Savatthi Anath Pindika's monastery in Jetavana. Atapo Janusoni Brahmano Yena Bhagava Tenupa Sankami. On the time, the Brahmin called Janusoni, he visited Supreme Buddha, visiting him, having the cordial talk, and then after talking with him, he sat down one side. Sitting like this Janusoni Brahmana asked from Buddha, Yemi bho Gotama Kulaputta Bhavantang Gotama Uddissa Saddha Agarasma Anagariyam Pappajita. Bhante, this Bhante Supreme Buddha Gautama, this gentleman from the good families, they have gone forth out of faith on the Blessed One. They became the homeless and became a monks, ordained themselves. Bhavang tesam Gotamo Ubbangamu. The Blessed One is the leader of them. Bhavang te sang Gotamo Bahupakaro. The Supreme Buddha, the Blessed One, helps them a lot. Bhavang te sang Gotamo Samadapeta. That he encouraged them to walk on the path of this Dhamma. Bhotochapana Gotamasa sa janata dittanu gating apajati. That the Blessed One has shown them the path, you know. Because of it, the people follows Gautama in because of that, because he is a teacher, he showed the path. Supreme Buddha agrees with him. Blessed One said, yes, Brahmana, yes, that is true. Everything what you have said, that is true. People, they do follow me, they have one refuge, and they follow me, and because of out of faith they following, I do have compassion toward them. I do teach them the path. I do take care of them. I teach them. I ask them. I encourage them to follow this path. And because of that, because I take care of them in that way, uh, they do. People do follow me. So, uh, durabhi sambhavani hi bho Gotama अरण्यवनपत्तानि पत्तानि सेनासनानि दुःखरं पविवेकं दुरभिरम्मं एकत्ते हरन्ति मन्ये मनो वनानि समाधि अलभ मानस भिक्खुनोति. Then he asked, Master Gautama, Bhante Gautama, there is this different or difficult forests are there, you know, remote places where then monks stays, like in the deep forest or the very secluded, the isolated places. These are there, and when they are living in alone, so it is very difficult. It is very challenging. You know, it is very hard to maintain the seclusion. You know, and living or finding the joy in that uh, isolation. To having that immersion, the concentrated state, it is very difficult on that time. We see when our life become, you know, separated from all these things, and we have the equal thing continuously happening, we do get bored. You know, if we don't have any purpose to do, we also distract ourselves from whatever we are doing. So when the monks are living in the forest, when the monks are staying in the monasteries, and in that time they are separated from all the worldly things and everything, it really becomes difficult to concentrate time to time, because the mind is always, you know, he's like a monkey, and he always wants something to think of, always wants something to do. And when they are in isolation, there are very few things to concentrate on, very few things to do. So how these monks cope with, how they do that thing, it is mentioned in this sutta. The Buddha says, yes, Brahmin, it is really difficult, you know, to gain that samadhi, you know. It is really difficult. So, Mayampi ko Brahmana, when the Brahmana, me also, myself also, who Beva Sambodha, before awakening, before becoming enlightened, Anabhi Sambuddhasa, when I was not attained it, Dhamma yet, Bodhisattva Seva, when I was the uh, Bodhisattva, to be practitioner of becoming enlightened. Sato etada hosi. At that time, those things I thought too. That in staying in this remote lodging or wilderness, being isolated, it's hard to maintain seclusion and hard to find the joy, solitude, and it is very difficult for them to uh, concentrate their mind, immerse in samadhi, or who hasn't concentrated mind or who hasn't attained the samadhi, for them it is very difficult to stay in the forest. Stay in the forest. Because when you have the samadhis, when you have the concentrated mind, up to that moment, uh, everything is okay. But if you don't have the concentrated or samadhi, then your mind goes different places. It is mentioned a couple of things. The fear is one of them. So, or uh, thinking ourselves in a different manner, that also happened. So, samadhi alabhamanasa bhikkhunu, who hasn't immersion or he hasn't a samadhi, for them it is very difficult to stay. So, Buddha said, Bodhisattva, on that time, Buddha said, when I was a bodhisattva, such a thing happened. Tasamayang Brahmana etata hosi. On that time, I also thought this thing. What? Yeko kechi samanava brahmanava aparisuddha kayakam. The Samana Brahmanas who's staying and dwelling in such a wilderness in the deep forest, but with the aparisuddha kayakam mantra. Aparisuddha means unpurified conduct of body. Means for the brahmacharya, whatever the practitioners needed to keep their bodily very clean, they do not have that. So such a shramana and brahmana, such ascetics, when they are dwelling it, their mind, due to this aparisuddha kaya karma, due to this unpurified conduct of body, what happened? Akusalang bhayabheravang avvayanti. They invite, or they, in their mind, this akusala, the unskillful uh, thing, or uh, unethical thing. Due to that, akusalang bhayabheravang avahanti, their fear, unskillful, because of that unskillful fear and greed comes to their life. Avahanti, they invite it because of aparisuddha kaya kamanta. Nakhopanaham aparisuddha kaya kamanta. But I do not have this aparisuddha kaya kamanta. I am not having this unpurified conduct of body, and I am staying in this. So, because I am staying in the wilderness with a pure bodily conduct. So, such a fear, such a evil thing, I do not invite, which is come from the aparisuddha or unpurified conduct. So, thinking of this, that I have a parisuddha kaya kamanta, I have this pure bodily conduct, I dwell there very easily. What? Eta mahang brahmana parisuddha kaya kamanta attani sampa samano bhiyo pallo mapading aranya viharaya. So seeing this purity of conduct in myself, I felt even more unruffled or about staying in the forest. So I get encouraging of that. The person who does not have the pure mind, or person does not have the pure bodily conduct, such a person can be feared. But why should I? I have the pure bodily conduct. So looking at myself that I am a good person, I am practicing good dhamma, then automatically my mind also encouraged myself. I was enjoying uh, this wilderness or dwelling in the forest. Similarly, Buddha mentioned there, Bodhisattva said in that time, Aparisuddha Vachikaman, the verbal, unpurified verbal content. Aparisuddha manokamanta, the unpurified, the mind. Aparisuddha ajiva, aparisuddha jiva, um, unpurified ajiva. It means the living things or living and livelihood. How they are earning the money, how they are earning their things, like so many Brahmins, so many things. They dwell that doing, showing or looking, practicing for the magic or showing them these magical things. By impressing them, they earn their dwellings. But Buddha did not do that, or Bodhisattva did not. So he thinks like that others, they have a unpurified body, speech, and mind, and their livelihood also unpurified. Due to that, they are they can invite this evil, dreadful, fearful things in their life. But I do not have such a things. So if I don't have that, I can stay purified. I'm a purified one. So that nothing, this fear will not come to me. And looking at that pure life of mine, my body, words, and speech and mind, and my livelihood is pure. Due to that, looking such this way, I enjoyed staying in this wilderness. I enjoy my mind were more and more encouraging me to stay in this forest. Because where our mind does not dwells, what happened? We immediately want to run from that place. We want to change this place, change the scenery. See, time to time, whenever there is long weekend, what we do? We pack our bag and we go to some holidays or some different places to enjoy. Why? Because continuous routing of same things, it becomes boredom for us. But in the monasteries, in the forest, when the monks, they who does not have the concentrated mind, not purified their body or mind or speech, they do have the same things because of that. But Bodhisattva said he was pure, and because of that he was able to concentrate his mind also. And looking at his pureness, he thought that I should dwell more and more in the forest. Similar things Bodhisattva said at that time to as a Buddha. He said to the Janusoni, while he was a Bodhisattva, he was still a practitioner. Said that there are samana brahmana, there are other ascetics who has abhijalu kamesu tibba saraga. Abhijalu, uh, having this what it called lust, toward this sensual. But I am not. I am not full of desire. I am freed from that. Simple thing. Because of the sensual thought or desire, or full of desire, they should be uh, raga sandosa hetu. Due to this raga, due to this desire, samana brahmana bhonto samana brahmana akusalang bhayabherav navahati. Due to this sensual desire, what happened? They are inviting this fear and dread in their life. But I am free from this kame sutibba sarago. I am free from this. Uh, I'm not full with this desire, sensual desire. I do not have the raga. I do not have at that moment, and because of that, this such a fear and does not come to me. And looking at this in my life, that I am free from it, my mind encourage me myself to dwell into this wilderness. Other Brahmins, Saman and Brahmins, they are Vyapana Chitta. They have what it called malicious intentions, ill will in their mind. You know, Padutta Manasankappa. Their intention is also unpure, unpure. Due to that, this ill will, due to that, this malicious intentions, they summon a Brahmana. What happened? They invite the fear and greed in their life. But metta, metta chito hamasmi. But my mind is developed with the loving kindness. My heart is full of loving kindness. So, looking at this metta chitta, having this metta chitta, I was dwelling in the forest and wilderness very easily. Yehi wo arya metta chitta aranyavada pattani senasanani patisevanti tesamahang anyataro. I was dwelling very nicely, in this wilderness with the metta chitta, with the loving kindness. Seeing this loving kindness in my heart, due to this loving kindness in my heart, my mind was encouraging me to dwell in the forest. Thina midda paryuttita. The others, other Shramana Brahmana, have the laziness, drowsiness in them, you know, dullness and drowsiness. But I'm free from this vigata thina middo hamasmi. I'm free from this dullness and drowsiness. Because of that, my mind is encouraging me to do this. Uddhata avupasanta chitta, the restlessness. Others have this, their mind is, restlessness is there. There is no peace of mind, but my mind is peaceful. Upasanta chitto hamasmi. My mind is there. What is happening? Bodhisattva was comparing others. Why others? For others, it is very difficult. Why they are frightened in the forest? Why it is difficult for them to dwell in the forest in seclusion? And why it was easy and encouraging me to be in forest. So others have this wrong or bad qualities or bad intention, bad mind status, but Buddha's mind or Bodhisattva's mind was pure in these several things, you know. So Cheto Hamasmi, Vupasanta, so peaceful mind he had. Others has the doubtful mind, Kanki, Vichikichi, but his mind was Tinna Vichikicho Hamasmi. Without doubt, he is freed from doubt. Atukka Sanka Parambhavi. Others, others' mind, little bit down. No? So, ye kechi samana brahmana va atukka sanka parambhavi. So, their mind means they put others down, themselves, they put up, glorify themselves, and then they put others down. But I do not have that. I don't glorify myself, and I did not put others down. Such a state, I have that. So due to that, I was dwelling in that. Chambi, Bhiruka Jatika, fearful, frightened. Constantly they are frightened, you know. But Vigata Loma Hanso Sohamasmi. I am free from that fear, my, Loma Hanso Sohamasmi. When we are very frightened, the goosebumps, the what is the hair, body hair, they start rise up, like that. That is called goosebumps. So, Loma Hansosmi, it is something like this. So, I am free from that. I do not have that. No? Then said Labha Satkar Silokam Nikamaya Mana. Others, they were looking for the, enjoying the passion, looking for the outer goods. Other Brahmins, Samana Brahmins, they were enjoying that possessions outside of. They were looking for that. I want honor, I want these particular things, I want this good. But Appichohamasmi, I was content with. I did not needed more things. I have very few wishes. Kusitahina virya. Other Brahmins were lazy and lack of energy. But I am Aradha virya hamasmi. On that time, I was energetic. Whatever I'm doing, I was energetic. So when we have this energy, what happened? It is becomes very easy for us to continue what we are doing. So the Bodhisattvas say others were the Hinavirya, but lack of energy and laziness they had. But I am with the full of energy. It was very easy. Muttasati asampajana. Others, others with the lack of concentration, lack of awareness. But I was full of mindness. I was mindful. Upathita sati hamasmi. I am a mindful person. Asamahita, vibhanta chitta. Others' mind was not, immersion. Their their mind was not concentrated. Vibhanta chitta, stirring, mind, constantly wandering, constantly traveling different places. Their mind was not concentrated. But mine, I was accomplished in concentrated mind. I was accomplished in samadhi, immersion. So, looking at this, my mind, I was enjoying, my mind was encouraging me to start, dwell in the forest and wilderness. Duppanya Elamugo. Others, Sramana and Brahmanas was, you know, uh, when they were saying the idiotic, so witless. They did not know what to do. Even in still in the India, you come to hear people say this country is for the ascetics. Yes, there is a more than 10 million people or 50 million people close to, yes, 10 lakhs, yes, close to uh, 50 million, yeah, 5 to 10 million people are ascetics. And if you go and ask with them what is the purpose of their life, you will find out they don't have the clear vision of that. They don't know what. They say just to gain the love of God, to be with Him, to become a Him, something like that. Or it was in, I just wanted to do these things. That's why. So they don't have a clear concept. They don't have that. And because of that, uh, majority of time, they don't know what to follow, what to do, what not to do. They just following as a blind row. The blind person is follow the first one is blind. So others also, everyone is saying, oh, that person is naked. Let me be follow that naked practice. Others are putting the ashes on their body. Let me do that same thing. Others having the dreadlocks in their, they are not taking bath or nothing. Let me do that same thing. Something like that. That doesn't have the clear concept. But Bodhisattva said, Panya Sampanna Musmi. I was accomplished in wisdom. I had a clear concept what to do, what I wanted to do. My vision was clear. So, because of these things I had, it was easier for me to dwell in the wilderness, accomplishing that. And my mind was encouraging me to do more and more. So, 16 type of things it is mentioned in this 16 ways the Bodhisattva utilized to dwell in isolation, seclusion in this wilderness, and his mind was more and more encouraging him to stay there. Then Bodhisattva said, even in that time when I was dwelling, I had this all the clear concept and everything. My mind was encouraging me. Time to time, I also get the fear because he wasn't Buddha yet. Buddhas or enlightened beings are the one who are totally free from fear, you know. So, Tasamayang Brahmana Edadavosi. Then I thought, Brahmane, that when there is a very difficult nights, some of the nights are recognized as a means the people do several difficult things like they do the pujas, they do the havan, you know, um, and such a nights are very frightened, you know, like Halloween we call. like you have the Halloween things, so it is a very frightened. Now we're making the enjoyment, but majority of time, what is mentioned for the Halloween, that in that day, the well of hell, or the path is very close to us, so we can hear the sounds, and time to time people have made these things. So some of the nights here also they mention, in that time they do such a different things, in those time of rain, because uh, like when the Chaturdasi is there, or when the Amavasya, when there is no moon is there, on that time, what happened? The forest become very darker and darker. And now, like today, we all, everywhere we have the lights, lamps. On that time, the monks were not taking the lamps in that time. Really, ascetics had those lamps, you know. So as soon as the night comes, they are staying in complete darkness. So it is become frightened. So in that time, appeva namang Bhayabheravasutta. So some of the time that dwelling in such a place, the fear, hopefully, I might see, or I might see that fear entered in me. So sometime later, that's what I did. So he also had the little bit of fear, but what he did, he immediately get removed of those things by practicing Dhamma in this manner. Whenever the fear comes to him while he was practicing walking meditation, so this fear come from where? It is mentioned here when he was sitting on that for there is a deer coming too close to us, but not visible yet. So when he was walking, what happened? The sticks breaks or the grass crumbled. So that sound becomes fear. Peacock, when they are shouting or when they are saying, making the sounds in this wilderness, that becomes a fearful thing, the fear comes. Like you stay at home, even the lights are there, and you're alone, and suddenly your cat, like Joey's cat, drops, means she is now aware that she has a cat. But if you think that your cat is sitting close to us and something drop in the kitchen, what will happen? You will start it immediately. Some of the time, if you are alone, you may get frightened also. Some of the time, when the electricity goes off, what happened? You get frightened. So different reason that Bodhisattva said, I may had that thing. So is that the fear and dread is coming? He thinks like that. And what happened? He said, when I was walking, I removed that fear by not coming down to sit or not laying down. While walking, I removed that fear from me. When I was sitting for meditation and this fear comes to me, then I did not go to the bed or did not started to walking or did not hide. What I did, as I was doing, sitting down meditation, I get rid of that fear by practicing, continuous practicing from there. Then when I was laying down, when I get feared, I did not change my posture. As in the same position, I did get rid of that fear also. And while I practice this, staying that, my fear, this was gone. Then, uh, then Buddha says, as a bodhisattva time, Santikopana Brahmana Eke Samana Brahmana Rati Eva Samana Divati Sanjanati. There are some of the ascetics and Brahmins, they have this mind. What? When the night is there, they think this is day. Diva Eva Samana Ratya. When there is a day, they think it's a night. But I call it just the foolish things. It is a delusion. idamahang tesang samana brahmanang sammoha viharam rasming vadami. They are they are delusional, you know. Their meditation is on just a delusion. What I did, it is when it is a night, I said it is a night. When it is a day, I practice as it is a day. And the Buddha says, I was means he was not sammoha viharasming, that his mind was not what it called delusional. Then he said, yatokho tang brahmana samma vadamano vadeyan. If you want to say something regarding someone, proper one, you know, if there is anyone whom it may be rightly said that asammoha dhammo satto loke uppanno, you know, to being not liable to a delusion, is a free from delusion. The person has born in this world for the goodness of many. Bahujana hitaya, bahujana sukhaya, lokanukampaya, bahujana attaya hitaya sukhaya deva manusthanam. So good for many, good for, you know, all, to the compassionate, having to the all the beings, even for the heavenly humans and gods also. If someone has to say such a thing, who is free from delusion, who come for the freeing them from delusion, that will be mamevatang samma vadamano vadeyam. That will be said for me, that the Buddha is, or the person who is free from delusion, and uh, that this freed from delusion person is come to this world. Then he said, Aradhukopaname Brahman. Up to that thing, Buddha Bodhisattva mentioned, up to that point, he was a Bodhisattva, and he said, yes, he was free from delusion. You know, this Dhamma cannot be understood by delusional people, because the truth cannot be imagined. Truth is a truth. So, looking at that, and out of compassion, the Buddha has given this Dhamma talk. So, he said, when I was a Bodhisattva in that time, how I practiced. This is the journey of being enlightened. This is mentioned here. Simply in his here, he said, when I was alone, Viryang ahosi asallinang upattita sati asamutta pasaddo kayo asaraddo samaitan chittang ekagang. I developed the uh, Aradhavirya. I encourage this Aradhavirya in me, energy, get rid of the unconcentrated mind. I developed the concentrated mind, upasati sati, the mindfulness I developed. My body is become tranquil, my mind also concentrated. What happened? So, for ahang brahmana vivichehi kame viviche kusai. By practicing this one, first jhana, the bodhisattva attained it on that time. So the jhanas is not only for the enlightened, jhanas are others can also develop, you know, secluded from the sensual pleasure, secluded from the unskillful qualities, you know, with the uh, thinking and thought process. The first jhanas, the bodhisattva has attained it. Then, by developing the furthermore, the second jhana he attained it. By developing furthermore, the third jhana he has developed. By developing furthermore, the four jhanas. These are qualities is mentioned. So the four jhana he has developed. And then he said, later on that I force my mind to develop furthermore, go furthermore than that. We see in the when the bodhisattva are sitting under the bodhi tree, we think that mostly people think when the Mara came with his whole army, Buddha fought with him, he had a fight and then he became enlightened. No, this is the things he happened. What he did when he has defeated the Mara, he started to concentrate his mind. First jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana he has developed. And then he did these things. What he did, he furthermore he take his mind to see his previous life. Ubbe nivasanusati jnanam chittam abhinissan nissa ninnamesing. He has pursued his mind. He has taken his mind to see his previous recollection of many past lives. What he sees in the one life, two, three, four, 5, 10, 20, 100, 1,000, eons, counted eons, creational eons, and destruction of those eons. He has taken his mind to look his previous life up to that point. And what is he? That I was in that life. This was my need. This kind of food I have. This kind of happiness, suffering I felt. This kind of things. My consciousness, my thing is that. And I did these things and those. And after passing away from there, I reborn in that things. Reborn is not a proper word to say, it is a bhava. Rebirth is also not good things because rebirth is happens due to the, right, but there is no English word for reappear. We can call from here to pass away, and here it take the another bhava. So that's why we use the reborn word because it's not the birth which same birth we take. It takes based on this karma and effect. Uh, so do not get that rebirth confused. No, and we don't have the English words yet. Maybe in future we will have the proper word of for the rebirth because it's a bhava. Not the same soul or not the same consciousness travel there. It takes a different form and different consciousness, takes the karma with it. So Bodhisattva said, I seen all the previous lives from there. Then, a little bit more furthermore, what I did, I developed the Chatupapata Jnana. Chatupapata Jnana, it means where the person can see the appearing means coming to birth and passing away from there. Develop the jnana for that. What I see that people are being born in this world. Uppajamane, hine, panite, suane, dubbanne, sugate, dukate, yathakam uppagate, satte pajana. That he has seen the people who are born in this world, superior, inferior, beautiful, unbeautiful, being born into the heavenly world, born into the bad world, you know, according to their karma, they are getting birth. So what the Bodhisattva see in that time? That these people, because of due to the michaditi, because of due to the kaya duccharita, vachi duccharita, mano duccharita, because of bodily misconduct, verbally misconduct, and mentally misconduct, due to the wrong view, these people done the karmas. What happened? By that karma, they die from here and appear or reborn into the Vinipada Nirya, in a place of misery, place of underworld. They born in the bad places. Then the Bodhisattva see that people were doing the good karma. They were, because of this good action, this good karma, they born to the heavenly world. So the Bodhisattva developed these things. Then by developing that thing, by developing each and those things, what happened? His avidya, vihati, vidya, but Patamayana, first Yama Bodhisattva did that. Then he developed the, vidya, or we can say the wisdom. He gained the knowledge. Uh, Aloka, the light has arisen. Darkness has destroyed. Uh, his happiness also increased with that. It is mentioned. And the third Yama, the last Yama, what happened? He said, um, slowly looking after all these things, I come to that knowledge. What? Asavakkaya jnanam chittang anivanamisi. Uh, abhini, abhininnamisi. Uh, His mind has come to that place when there is a destruction of ashrava. Yes. So, so what he thought? Idam dukkhanti yata buddham abhanyasi. This is, I truly understood. This is suffering. This is origin of suffering. This is cessation of suffering. This is path leads to cessation of suffering. I have realized, understood very well. And looking at this, understanding of that, he said that I am free from defilements. There is no defilements remaining, you know. Um, and the desire to reborn in ignorance is completely finished. I am liberated one. Such a knowledge he has gained. The third yama or the Pachima yama, Buddha became, or this Bodhisattva became enlightened. He has attained the path in this way. So the entire path is mentioned from the fearfulness or from the fear to becoming unfearful person. This entire journey has been mentioned here. And what was the helpful for him? The good qualities what he possesses. He compared himself from the other ascetics. And he see, I do not have these bad qualities. Those are good qualities in me. When he developed the fear, he get remove this fear in the same position what it is come to. Like mentioning and by developing slowly concentration, jhanas, and then going a little bit forward further, what happened? He has attained that enlightenment. So these entire things. And then earlier time, the way discussion started, uh, that the people dwell in the forest or isolation are frightened. They without samadhi, their mind may be not concentrated. So the Buddha said in that time to the Brahmin, Siyakopana Brahmin evamasa Brahmin, you may think like this, that Ajjapi Nuva Samano Gautama Avitarago, that still in the Gautama's mind, there may be still there is a desire, hatred, and delusion. Maybe their greed, hatred, and delusion is there today. That's why the Buddha still want to stay in this wilderness and forest. He said, no, nako panetang brahmanang evadattam. But you should not see it like this. Buddha is truly free from all this defilement. You know, vitarago, vitadoso, vitamo is free from that. But Vekho Aham Brahmana Attavasya Sampasamano Aranyamana Patansena Sanani, that I do enjoy, I still dwells in this forest, dwells in this wilderness. You know, there are a couple of reasons in that. Two reasons first. Attanocha Ditta Dhamma Sukha Viharam. I do have the happy life when I stay in this. So enjoying this liberation, and then Samano, Pachimangcha Janatang Anukampamano. The coming, who's the new generation, next generation is coming there. They also should take delight in the isolation. For them, I am practicing that. You know, in the Dhamma, time to time we see uh, the monks who come to the Buddha and say, Bante, please give me a permission to go in seclusion. Please give me the permission to go in the forest and practice the further path. Buddha says, teach them Dhamma. Okay, do these things when you are in forest. And when they go to the forest, when they practice such a thing, when they return, what happened? They are enlightened beings. So Buddha's doing those things, teaching them to stay in wilderness by being example for them. Two reasons Buddha enjoys seclusion. Buddha stays in this forest in isolation. First one, that he enjoys his enlightenment. And the second one, so others may follow him. Others take encouragement from him. The future generation also follow the same path. Now, slowly, we are we're getting out of it, you know. Now we are in the majority of time, that we are living in the dense forest, very dense forest, totally built with the concrete, the iron man and those things. That is a dense forest we are also living. This is not forest, Buddha asked. But encouragement is should there. So the monks should, time to time, they should pursue their path. They should follow. They should live in the isolation also. So in that time, they can work on them. That's why you also, time to time, what you do? You closed your home and go to the monastery and sit down there to meditate for 2 or 3 days. Meditation retreat happens. So today we have only that. So that is when the Buddha explained such a things, he was very delighted. This Brahmin was very happy that Bhante definitely the Buddha is excellent. Indeed, the Master Gautam has sympathy toward future generation. Definitely. Anukampa, Anukampita Rupa Vataya Bhota Gautamena Pachima Janana. Truly, the Buddha has a compassion. Truly, Buddha has a sympathy for future generation because he is perfect one. He is Yathatang Arahata Samma Sambuddha. He is a fully awakened Buddha. He is. Bhante, you have explained this Dhamma very beautifully, excellent Master Gautama, amazing Master Gautama, that the Master Gautama has done something that which was hidden, he has opened it, which was upside down, he has cleared, make it proper way. Someone has forgotten his path, that Master Gautama has shown the path to him. When there was darkness, the Master Gautama has lit the light, so the visible person who has eyes, that person can see in this darkness, he can identify the people are there, you know. In a several way, the Master Gautama has given the Dhamma, enlightened or illuminated Dhamma in a different way. Since now, Bante, from now on, consider me as a late follower or devotee until last breath, until dying. Esahang bhavang gotamang saranang gacchami dhammang cha bhikkhu sanghang cha upasakang mang bhavang gotam udaretu ajjatange panupetan saranagatange. From this day forth, may Master Gautama remember me as a lay follower who has gone for refuge for life, whole life. Now there is no going here and there. There is no wandering. Let me find another teacher. Let me find a different method. No, Master Gautama's method is the one. So from this sutta we can learn how to get rid of fear. Utilize this. Read this sutta and you will see it's very easy sutta. Just you will see, you will identify. Yes, we do have these problems, but if we have a good life, we have a good conduct, bodily, verbally, and mentally, our livelihood is pure. We have energetic life, then automatically we will be free from all this suffering and we also can follow Dhammapada. So may this sutta, Bhayabheravasutta, be helpful for all of us to get rid of the fear from this life. May this sutta be helpful for all of us to looking at the Bodhisattva's journey until become enlightened. We may develop the confidence on this path. We may develop the confidence on Dhamma. We may develop the confidence on Buddha. May this sutta be helpful for all of us to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu.